When I was a little girl, we used to go in a village where my dad was born, in the Highlands, and I still have a fresh memory of the weddings, the traditions, the music, the dances. Especially the dances were so beautiful. I remember at my uncle's wedding there was this dancer who played Vjollca. It was beautiful. And I would like to tell you the story behind this dance. He was a Cham Albanian guerrilla. He was a fighter jailed in Yanina by the Ottoman army and was sentenced to death. When he was asked to give his final wish, he said he would like to dance. The folk tales say that his dance was so beautiful that the local commanders decided not to execute him. Throughout history, the dance of Osman Taka has remained a cherished cultural tradition representing the resilience, spirit, and the pride of Albanians. The dance itself reflects the social dynamics, the customs of the region. In traditional Albanian society, this dance is served as a form of expression, storytelling, and community bonding. So, yeah, as you can see in this video, we have the dancers dancing with the fostanella. Quite an impressed dance. And then I moved to London in 2004 to study music performance and music and media management. It was then when I came across numerous artists who were showcasing their cultures at the world music festivals and the concerts. These experiences evoked a deep sense of nostalgia as I compared it with the cherished memories of my homeland in the Highlands, which seemed to be fading away with time. And then I asked myself a question: who am I, and what gives me my identity? It was through researching the culture of my people, delving into the tradition, the costumes, the music, clothing, that everything began to make sense, and I gained a deeper understanding of why we behave the way we do, and also how the upbringing and the mentality of one community shapes the perception of their world. This realization prompted me to recognize the importance of cherishing and preserving our values and traditions. Music has always been part of me, had a big impact in me. I wasn't born in a family of musicians, but I felt great connection with music. From a young age, I found comfort in writing, singing, and creating music. In 2002, I was involved in a campaign raising awareness about the AIDS epidemic with the song Gaio. This song won many accolades and recognition, and I was chosen Youth Ambassador of that year. I could see that through music, we can influence change in the society, and I believe it is a big responsibility for our artists what art they create, because you can influence masses. And I always believed that music has an incredible ability to make us feel emotions that we wouldn't be able to experience through any other form of expression. It is a language, actually. It is a language that speaks directly to our soul and connects us in a more deeper level. So music became my chosen vehicle to convey the insights I've gained. Through research and the memories I had from the childhood, I wrote songs that presented the culture of our country's traditions. I wanted to breathe new life into the ancient stories. I infused contemporary sounds and narratives and worked with musicians from different cultural backgrounds from around the world to create music that resonates with today's audiences while staying true to the essence of my Albanian roots. In 2017, together with the Berlin-based documentary producers I went on a quest to find the last remaining Burneshas in the region of Rugova. I was lucky to meet one of them, Vjollca, this extraordinary individual. Her presence was striking, a wise old lady who appeared outwardly as a man wearing trousers, and I have her on a big screen here in one of the concerts that we had. With a short, so she was wearing trousers, short hair, and a cap. She transmitted a sense of pride and authenticity on who she was. I never forget this experience. Curious as ever, I asked her the question that burned within me. What drove you to become Burresha? And she said, I yearned for freedom. She paused for a bit and she continued. In our village, women were restricted to domestic tasks while men were wandering freely with the sheep. By becoming a Burresha, I had the right to stay in order with men and make decisions which were important for the village. As a woman, I wouldn't have had these privileges, she said. And then I thought, what a story of immense trauma and sacrifice to defy societal expectations. And I was moved and I was inspired by her story. I went back to London and wrote the song Burresha. But while I was writing the song, I was trying to imagine myself being that woman. And I felt the pain, I felt the suffering and the sacrifice she went through to become this character that society expected her to be. And in that moment, the sounds came to me. And I started writing the song like this. It's like, hey, 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 oh, oh, hey, 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 oh, oh, vai ser male, ve, me semar sishkam. And then I thought, you really have to be strong to make a decision, such a decision, to be in front of the man and, to give the promise that you're going to stay Burresha for the rest of your life. That is a big commitment. And I wrote the song in minor because it was really quite, touching, moving song. And my song, Burresha and Besa, which are both connected to the tradition, gained recognition through inclusion in a documentary film on Burresha, which won many accolades in different countries of Europe. As we speak tonight, this documentary is winning another award in Venice. And I'm really happy. And I'm really happy to see that through creative forms of expression, we can preserve and show our tradition to people around the world. And in this way, we can harmonize our heritage. So I was lucky to share my work through music in festivals and concerts. Last one was EFG London Jazz Festival, which was held in a church in London, and it was in the opening night of the festival. I was really happy to see that our work, which I try to preserve our culture through music, has been shown in a festival of this caliber, where artists from around the world present their cultures, their music, their rhythms. And the one concert that left really a big mark in my career is the performance also in Royal Albert Hall for its 150th anniversary. So throughout my musical journey, and the experiences I had showcasing my work, I understood that the audience connects through emotional resonance. By infusing the music with the essence of our culture, the melodies, the rhythms, the storytelling, we can evoke emotions that resonate with people and make them curious about our culture. And I also believe that we must be authentic. As an artist, you have to be authentic. By using traditions and instruments, vocal styles, the way of singing, the lyrics that reflect with our cultural heritage, we can authentically convey the essence of our culture to the listeners. When composing and writing my song, Besa, I drew inspiration from the traditions of the Highlands and the unique way Highlanders communicated with one another across the hills. They used vowels. And I remember when I was a child, there was I was playing with my cousins. We played this game. Was fun. We were using those vowels. There would be some of the cousins on the other hill, and we would be on this other side of the hill, and we will be doing those sounds. It was really, really fun. And then that's how I came up with the sounds I used in the song Besa, which is the Albanian of the giving the promise. And I started with these sounds. Hey, hey, and then, because I was thinking, these are fresh memories from the childhood, and then I was thinking, what will go with this, what instrument will go with the sound? And then in my mind came up Tupani, because we use it so much in the weddings and the celebrations, and that's how the rhythm that came natural to me was 7/8. When I presented the music, after I've wrote the song, I arranged the melody and the rhythm as well. I presented to the musicians that I was working at the time, musicians from different countries of the world, and when I showed them the rhythm, it was very new to them, and that's when I knew it could bring new sounds into the traditional rhythms. So the song, the rhythm goes like that. Në këto bjeshke, në këto mahale, sot po du me helni vale. Në këto bjeshke, në këto mahale, nuk kam betas një valtare. Yeah, so yeah, that's how we kind of created these songs. So I think it's important also collaborating with the musicians from different backgrounds. That has an immense impact on the way we create music. This brings diverse perspectives and influences to our music. So also storytelling in music is a powerful medium. I use music to tell story all the time. Through our songs, we can share myths, the stories of the myths and the legends and the traditions that are significant to our culture. We can engage listeners and offer them a glimpse into our cultural heritage. My kids also learn, because I live in London and there are different cultures, and you need to know your identity, I think, to fit. You have to fit somewhere when you are in between all these cultures. And I thought which would be the best way for my kids to know a bit more about the traditions. And when I've done these songs, they learned about Burresha, they learned about Besa, and they know the traditions through these songs. So I think that's a really good way as well to preserve the culture. Because we perform in front of different audiences. The music I created is written in Albanian language, and I translated our heritage, our culture, into music. I thought, what elements could I use to present the dances, the traditions, and the clothes? And also the interviews I've done with a Burresha to the audiences. And then I thought I would use a huge projector where we can present all these elements to the audience. That was in Rich Mix in London. For example, demonstrating just all the visuals we used. We put it all the dances, the clothes, the costumes, and was really, really nice to see that people after the concert, they were coming to me and saying that they've learned so much about our culture. So by combining all these elements, we create a powerful platform for cultural exchange and understanding that enables the audience to engage with our culture on multiple levels, fostering appreciation, curiosity, and deeper connection to our heritage. Well, I drew inspiration from various African and Asian musicians. It is the profound influence of the Albanian singers, especially Nejmije Pagarusha and Hafka Zuberi, that left an incredible mark in my musical journey. They both possess a remarkable ability to convey deep emotions and intensity through their voices. The stage presence is captivating, and they show great control over phrasing, ornamentation, the style of singing, bringing unique touches to the performances and showcasing the technical skills. Moreover, they demonstrate a profound understanding and respect for Albanian traditional music. I came across a book of Rose Wilder Lane, The Peaks of Vjollca, written in 1922. And I would like to quote a man from Vjollca in her book. He said, "If you wish to know what we have learned from our fathers, who learned from their fathers and their fathers' fathers, I'll speak. The things that a man knows because he has seen them, the things that he considers while he walks on the trail and while he sits by the fire, these things are not many, but they are sound. Then when a man is lonely, he puts words to these things, and the words become a song, and the song stays as it was said in the memories of those who hear it." So I really loved this saying, what he said, its description of how we kept stories alive. Albania and Kosovo have gone through turbulent times throughout centuries. And we have a rich tradition of storytelling, filled with legends, myths, and tales that have been passed down from generation to generation. These stories are an integral part of our cultural heritage, preserving the collective wisdom, values, and beliefs of our people. Through oral storytelling, these narratives has been kept alive throughout centuries. So it is important that we tell our stories to the next generations as well. And I would like to elaborate this with Albanians of Sicily, the Burresha of Sicily, which have moved from Yanina over 600 years to Sicily. And I was there in 2018 when there was their celebration. They do Easter celebration every year where they present their clothes, the songs, the language. When I spoke to this woman, she was speaking an ancient Albanian, and I asked her, how did you manage to save the culture and the language, especially the language and the songs? They said they always gathered together and really they appreciated and valued who they are. So they appreciated their identity and they kept it and they passed it on, especially the clothes, the dresses that they had. They were very, very valuable, and they're passing from mothers to daughters and to their daughters, and the tradition continued on and on to this day. So for me, music is not simply means of entertaining, but a profound tool for preserving our heritage and connecting with others on a deeply emotional level. It is a medium It is a medium through which we can instill a sense of pride in our culture, teach our children the stories of our ancestors, and inspire future generations to embrace their identity. Jimi Hendrix said, if there is something to be changed in this world, it can only happen through music. So I would say, let's use the transformative power of music to bring about change and bridge cultural gaps. Music can transcend boundaries, connect people, and promote understanding. In the face of cultures at risk of fading away, music can play a vital role in preserving and harmonizing our heritage. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm Vjollca Robelli Mripa, a mother of 4. I'm a musician, singer-songwriter, and a composer. Thank you. Faleminderit.